You folks, wait till you hear this, you're in for a treat. This is Derry's own Status Quo tribute band. They're called Paper Plane, and we'll have a chat with the lads straight after this. Boys, it's over to you.
Mistakes, forgive me. Would you like to ride my butterfly? I'm riding on a long blue paper plane. I'm getting seasick, sorry once again. Our landing strip is getting hope the fog lifts make it clearer. And I realize my paper plane wasn't really up there with me. We all make mistakes, forgive me. Would you like to ride my paper plane? It's often very far. Home is dear but such a long way. Legs and heads all feel the wrong way. And I realize my Deutsche car, it's only there to get me somewhere. Even so I really do care. Do you like to ride my Deutsche car?
I tell you what, boys, that was absolutely brilliant, folks. And I tell you, the smell of BO and smelly feet and hair gel and brute aftershave tells you one thing. We've got a live band on here in the studio with us. We're going to be joined, Jerry and Phil McGarrigle. We're going to have a wee word with us here. Phil, would you just pull that mic up a wee tad? We'll never hear you. And Jerry, come in a little bit to the microphone so we can hear you.
Okay.
So,
so you can see me better?
Yes, we can see you better. So, Jerry McGarrigle, Derry's number 2 guitar player. Jerry, next to myself, of course. Yes. So, tell us, Jerry, tell us a wee bit about Paper Plane. Where did the whole idea of the band and all come together?
Well, I think it was mainly that Phil had come up with the idea initially, and to be honest with you, at the start I wasn't that kind of fussed on it, but then I said, okay, well, if we stick to doing the classic era Quo stuff between 69 and 79 and avoid any of the
in the army now and all that sort of stuff,
Navy type stuff, you know. So the first time we ever did it was down at Kieran Boyle's Boylestock.
Brilliant.
which was a slightly different lineup. At that point we had a different guitar player, different drummer back then, but we have found we have the classic lineup here now at the minute, as you can see.
Well, definitely, and particularly with Austin, you must get a wee grant to have Austin on, do you? Is that like for an old age pensioner grant or something like that there? I'm only joking, Austin, we love you.
ILEX are involved.
So Phil, it was your idea and it's all your fault.
Yes, basically I took a notion one day. I was getting a bit fed up with bands I was playing and being unreliable and whatever, and I thought, look, I'll just do something myself.
Yeah.
And so strangely enough, I stuck a wee ad out there and had a few boys basically from outside of the town, and then they didn't want to do it because it was too far to travel. So I decided, right, I'm going to ask Jerry, and then initially the other Jerry Devine, who was the first guitar player.
Yep.
And we just went from there. Then Jerry Devine, unfortunately, had other things he had to do, so we got Dominic on.
Yep.
And obviously then we lost the other drummer, so we got Austin on. And, you know, the lineup's been sort of fairly good. We've been out, we're busy.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You know, probably the band started up with just an idea, and then all of a sudden the phone started ringing, Phil.
Yeah, it started off just as something I always would have loved to have done, purely because I was always a Quo fan up to a point, up to Margarita time.
Yep.
After that, we'll say nothing. But I've something I always wanted to do. And it has actually taken off fairly well. I mean, it was a bit slow initially, where people are sort of maybe not, but then once you get it and you get people who are on it, and you'd be surprised how many closet Quo fans there is out there.
Yes.
So I mean, we're doing various places now. You know, we're in Masons tomorrow night.
Yep.
We're down in Owen Rose in Ballyshannon on Saturday the 8th. Then we have a nice one. We're going down to the what's it called? The Gypsy Rose Blues and Rock Club, or Rock and Blues Club in Dublin.
Brilliant.
We're doing on the 19th of December, and then we've a nice gig in the Voodoo in Belfast on the 29th, and we've got a wee band coming along with us called Fat Judas, who are going to play along with his great name.
Brilliant.
So
name.
they're coming along to do a bit of support and stuff. They're good crack, they're good guys. So,
well, that sounds great.
So it's all looking up, and hopefully for next year now we can pick up and keep
definitely.
it going. You know.
And Jerry, you know, this acute. I mean, I got in touch with the boys this morning. I mean, this was very last minute, and fair play to them coming in. You know, they're doing the gig tomorrow night in Masons. But one of the big things I was looking forward to is that the acoustic. It really lends itself to acoustic. And Quo have now done. They've recorded a new album called. I hope I'm right in pronouncing this. Acoustic.
Yep.
They've called it. And I tell you what, when you hear that song in particular, it really lends itself to acoustics, Jerry.
Well, I've watched the Irish show that was on BBC.
Aye.
And like again, I'm like Phil. I'm a sort of big Quo fan, but just up to a point, up to kind of mid-80s stuff. After that, I kind of lost interest, you know. But a lot of it works acoustically. Some of it doesn't work, I find. You know, it's find it odd sitting looking at Quo, an accordion player and a string section behind them and stuff. It's quite bizarre. But some of the songs work very well. I think Paper Plane was one of the ones that worked. And an old one called Na 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 Na, which was an old song they've never ever played live before. It was off an album from about 1969. Worked very well, but it was originally an acoustic number anyway.
Right.
But as I say, it's kind of 50-50 for me.
And it's almost got that kind of travelling Wilbury sound in it, I think. You know, would it be something that you might think about doing? Would it be, Phil, I know it's a bit early, maybe you haven't chatted about it, but, you know, would you consider doing that?
Well, I don't know if we would do it so much for the Quo thing. I mean, we chatted before, we have another band, the four of us as well, called Friend or Foe.
Yes.
And it was something that was discussed a wee bit about doing. We do a lot of sort of almost like punky 80s sort of stuff and a bit of rock and stuff, and we chatted a wee bit about maybe doing some of that acoustically just for a bit of difference. But since the Quo things took off, I don't know whether it's you know, the Emmons themselves even doing it for an Irish show.
Aye.
You know, whether they would tour that, I don't know, but it's all worth considering. You know,
I think I read a
it.
press release yesterday. They are intending to tour with it, you know, and it'd be handy toured and stuff like that. But not those. So who's these two guys behind us here? Just say hello to these.
Well,
so Dominic, you're a blue one, Dominic, I believe.
A complete blue one, completely.
A Balahi, man.
A Balahi.
It's a surprise to me to be even in a Status Quo tribute.
Well, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. And
he thought he was coming on to a Metallica tribute thing. We kept it quiet from him. He got the first.
It was a surprise.
And then, of course, no stranger to the music scene in Derry City. This man's been playing in bands for about 7 years now. Ex-Moondogs drummer Austin Barrett. Austin, you're very welcome.
Right, Thomas.
And are you enjoying yourself?
I've always been a Quo fan.
Aye.
From the 70s, so
No, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So, guys, you're on tomorrow night in Masons. That's going to be a brilliant gig. Built-in PA system and everything. You're going to really put cracks in the walls, no doubt, I would say. So that's going to be handy. What time is kick off at tomorrow night, Phil?
Normally it's about 11 o'clock.
Yep.
10:30, 11 to about 1.
That's going to be a great
the
night.
Normal sort of pub hours.
No doubt about it. So listen, anybody interested in getting more details about the band, what's the best way of getting in touch with these?
We do have a Facebook page, Paper Plane Status Quo Tribute Band.
Yep.
That's probably the best one to get us on, to be fair.
Yep, brilliant. Okay, lads, well, listen, can we finish off with another tune? If he's another one lined up, do you think?
Well, we were toying with one, as I mentioned there a couple of minutes ago. One of the ones that I thought worked very well in the full acoustic set was a song called Na Na Na.
Brilliant.
I know it's not a song we've ever played before. We ran through it in my house before we came down.
Ran through it in the back of the car, no, we
so if it falls apart in the middle, Thomas, you're squarely to blame for this.
Don't worry, I'll come in with Daniel Donald.
We'll give it a wee go, and feel free to fade us out, because it fades out in the album, right?
No bother. Well, listen, this is Derry's own Status Quo tribute band, Paper Plane. And don't forget, folks, this band as well go under the name of Friend or Foe as well, too, where they do a whole different mixture of different stuff as well. Brilliant, lads, and I'm going to hand over. Guys, thanks very much for coming on.
Cheers, Thomas. Thanks for having us.
Writing songs that I think sound so strange, writing words that I feel I should change. It's alright if they sound just like other songs. My guitar strums along just the same. If the song's underlined with my name, na 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 writing words that I feel sound so strange, writing songs that I feel I should change. It's alright if they sound just like other songs. My guitar strums along just the same. If the song's underlined with my name, na 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 songs that I feel sound so strange. It's alright if they sound just like other songs. My guitar strums along just the same. If the song's underlined with my name, na 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 na.
What about that, folks? Absolutely brilliant. Live music here at Drive 105. That was fantastic. That's Paper Plane. Catch them tomorrow night in Mason's Bar in Magazine Street, Derry, 11 o'clock until the wee hours of the morning. Thanks a million, lads, so much. This is a wee song by Steely Dan, a song called Josie.